In my last two videos, I shared about my diagnosis of TOS and then also my decision to have the FRR surgery, front rib resection. And so in my second video, I talked a little bit about preparation for the surgery, things that maybe you want to have on hand at home or do to prepare. So hope that those videos have been helpful. In this video, I want to share about the surgery and that experience that I had. This was my second surgery, so I had had actually shoulder surgery about a year before I had the FRR surgery. And so that actually was really great that I had had both surgeries, because from the shoulder surgery, I knew what to expect a little bit more surgery-wise, and then I was also able to tell the doctor like things personally to be aware of for me. So I was really nauseous after my shoulder surgery and did not do well with the nausea. So in this surgery, I was able to tell them that before I even got to the hospital, and so they put me on different pain meds. They put me on a nausea like patch behind my ear, and that helped me so much. Like, it was incredible, totally different experience. And I was not on the same pain meds, so that really helped. But I also told them that when I woke up in the PACU, the post anesthesia care unit, that's what it stands for. Fact check. Okay, so when I woke up in the PACU for my shoulder surgery, I was so scared. Like, I was like, where am I? Well, first I was really nauseated, so I was like super nauseous, really confused. I had no idea where I was. So I literally just and I couldn't see because I didn't have my contacts in, so I couldn't see, and I just cried and moaned because I was so uncomfortable, and it was terrible. And I'm smiling, but it was terrible. But I was able to tell the doctors this so that they were able to know, like, okay, she gets a little emotional when she wakes up. We might need to reassure her a little bit more, or make sure, she knows what's going on. But I also just kind of knew what was going on too. So so I got to the hospital, they got me ready and everything. And I was anxious. They can sometimes, I don't know, different hospitals and policies and stuff, but sometimes they can give you things to help you relax. So if you're really scared and you're crying or whatever, just ask them, is there something you can do to help me relax, and they can kind of, maybe help you out with that. But if they do give you stuff, just know that might affect you when you wake up. So I had that with my shoulder surgery. I had taken stuff beforehand because I was being anxious, and they gave me stuff. But then I woke up, and I think I just had so much in my system that my body was so nauseated. So that's just something to be aware of. But I was not as anxious for this one, for the FRR. So I just kind of waited, and they wheeled me in, and I was expecting to wake up in extreme pain. I was expecting to, I think I read somewhere that it would be 2 weeks of hell. I was like, this is gonna be great. I'm an athlete, but 2 weeks of hell, I don't know, it's gonna be rough. But it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad for me. So I woke up, and I was much more aware this time where I was. I knew I was in the PACU. I was more tired, to be honest, than anything. I wasn't nauseated, I was just tired. So I woke up. I really wasn't in pain, but the doctor is like, you have this button. If you're in pain, you can press it. It'll give you meds, or whatever it gives you. It'll give you stuff. I didn't care at that point. It'll give you stuff every 6 minutes. So I was not in pain, but I was like, well, I don't want to be in pain, so I just kept pressing that button as much as I could. And I was not in pain, but I was just very tired. And in the PACU, there's a lot of people being wheeled in and out, and so I didn't really get to rest because it was just louder, but I was definitely tired. Tired was more than anything. I was not in pain, I was just tired. So then they got me up to my room eventually, and I was still doing really well. A friend came, still doing great. Then I had like a moment of nausea. So I, had the bag and stuff to throw up in, and I threw up in the bag, but I also threw up like everywhere else. So they had to like clean me up and stuff, and I don't know if they really, for my incision, it was like a glue, I guess, which I couldn't really see super well, but they also put a small little like tube kind of like right above your chest by your like collarbone area. It goes like, and I think it's going into your lungs or something. Don't quote me on that, but it goes into your chest basically, and there's like fluid coming out. It's not like constant fluid, but it is a little bit of fluid, and that, to be honest, like grossed me out. Like, I am a squeamish person. I don't want to see this thing coming out of my chest. Like, this is disgusting. Like, so I was like real grossed out when I saw that. But it is what it is. I mean, they told me they'd take it out like in a day or two or whatever. But yeah, I was not thrilled by that. So they had to clean me up. I was okay after that. I did eat a little bit of like crackers and stuff. I was still getting the pain meds through my IV. And they also will give you like shots in your stomach every few hours for like, so you don't get a blood clot. So I had that for a while. So, in the middle of the night, they like wake you up and do that. So the first night I had the pain meds through the IV, and again, I really was not in that much pain. I felt fine. But the nausea and that stuff was honestly the worst. And I did wake up in the middle of the night again with some nausea, but they gave me crackers and ginger ale. So then the next day I woke up, they did an x-ray to make sure my lungs were okay, and they were like, okay, we're gonna try to get you on oral pain meds. And so they started to do that and see how I was doing with that. This is another tip that I don't know if you can still do this, or yeah, I'm not sure. You might want to call your hospital and just check, or just bring it, and if you can't use it, you can't use it. But I brought a diffuser, essential oil diffuser, because you can't have like candles and stuff obviously at a hospital. But I had this diffuser that had this like breathe blend, and so I really liked that because I had that like next to my hospital bed, and I like had the nice essential oils, and because you can't take a full breath, which is hard. So you have this, you have to practice with this thing. So you just like breathe in, and you're like trying to blow the air up. So I would like practice doing that. Yeah, but I had this like diffuser, and so I just really enjoyed that. I had my laptop, I was on that a little bit, but to be honest, the pain meds make you pretty tired, so you mostly just sleep. You sleep, and I had like a headband because I was like, well, I just want to look a little cuter than just whatever I look like right now. I look terrible. I have a tube coming out of my chest, but I gotta have this headband in because it's cute and whatever. So if you just have like little things like that you're like, oh, I love this robe, or I love, it can just help you feel a little bit better. It made me feel a little better. But yeah, I mean, I really just slept and really did not have that much pain. It was hard to breathe a little bit, like just could not take a full breath. And when I did throw up that first day, like that was probably the scariest moment in the hospital, because obviously you've just had like a rib cut like from your chest, and like to throw up, like that vibration is like so painful. So like the nurse and my mom actually like squished me between two pillows, tried to like brace me so that like when I threw up I wouldn't have like as much vibration, but that was really scary. So that's what you should do. Like if you're gonna throw up, try to have someone like push you between pillows or something, and because your body is like fighting it so hard because it doesn't want that pain. But yeah, coughing, sneezing, speed bumps. I was like, whoever invented speed bumps clearly did not have a rib taken out, because that hurts. So know that, like, if you bring pillows for the car so that you can like put the pillow between the seatbelt and your chest. You know, when I finally left the hospital, we went right to a salon, Great Clips, so they could wash my hair, because, and I'm going to tell you this in the recovery video, you cannot wash your hair for a long time because you just can't. You physically, it is hard. So we went right to the salon. I got my hair washed, but it's hard even then because your neck is like, you know, like that. So you're like, okay, I can't really move my neck. Can you just like wash it straight up like this? It was just crazy. So, yeah. So that was the surgery. My mom drove me home after a few days. I got cleared to come home. And to be honest, this was something I wish I had prepared a little bit more, was that the surgery is really this much of your journey. If you know and you have TOS, the diagnosis is like this much, the surgery is like this much, and then the recovery is like this much. Like, and so I had come home from the surgery thinking like, I did it, I'm done, I got the surgery done, I'm so tough, you know, look at me, I'm tough, I'm strong. And then I come home and I'm like, oh, my journey just started. It's not over. Like, I put so much weight in the surgery decision that I didn't even understand that there's a whole journey after that. So, you know, not that you should, don't go into the surgery thinking about all the recovery you're gonna have to do, and like that, don't put that pressure on you going into surgery. In surgery, you really do just need to focus on the surgery itself, getting through hour by hour, day by day. But at the same time, when you do come home, just know, like, first of all, you're on pain meds. Second of all, you're really tired, and you might be in pain too. And, you know, it's probably gonna hit you that like, wow, I have such a far journey ahead of me. I've come so far, but I have so far to go. And, you know, cry, it's okay. I cried, you know, just cry, let it out. It's hard, life's hard sometimes. But then just know that like you can do this. So my next video, I'm going to talk about my recovery. Yay!